right, class, let's bring our thoughts back together as a whole group. So now that we have watched our video going over the butterfly life cycle and we read our science textbook about the different stages of a life cycle, the butterflies, now it is time that we are about to write some fun facts about the butterfly life cycle. But before we do, let's go over our board that we had created with some of the fun facts that we liked inside of each stage. So this is our butterfly life cycle. And remember, our first stage is what? Yes, the eggs. Good job. And remember that the eggs are really tiny and they're round. Remember, they're round. Okay? And remember that the female butterfly or the girl butterfly, she's the one that hatches the legs. And she usually hatches them on either like a leaf on a tree or stems, okay? So here's our image of our leaf with our little eggs on it. And remember a second piece of the life cycle? Yes, the caterpillar. So the caterpillar, remember, it is that long worm. It does kind of look like a worm, but it's still a caterpillar. Remember, the caterpillar has 16 legs. And the caterpillar can be different colors. Not all caterpillars are the same color, and some may even have little hairs on them, and some may not, right? So here's our picture of our caterpillar. Oh, and another fun fact was that the caterpillar, as it grows, it starts shedding its skin so that it can become a butterfly. Who remembers our third stage? Yes, the chrysalis or the pupa. Good job. And remember, the chrysalis is the stage where the caterpillar is turning into our butterfly. So it's in its little cocoon, getting ready to become a beautiful butterfly. So in its cocoon, the cocoons can either be brown or green shade to kind of blend in with the trees and environment, right? Yeah. And here's our picture of our cocoon. And then our fourth stage, yes, it's the adult butterfly. So our adult butterfly, it can be a beautiful, pretty colors. All of them are all different sizes and colors, right? And remember that they have 4 wings. And once a butterfly is an adult, then it starts the life cycle all over again because the butterfly will find a mate and they'll start laying eggs on a leaf just like the previous cycle. So the cycle keeps going, right? And here's our picture of our butterfly. So now that we have gone over the stages again for the butterfly life cycle, it's time to write some fun facts in our graphic organizer. So I'm going to give each one of you a graphic butterfly organizer that looks just like this. And in the organizer, you're going to write our title, which is butterfly, because we're learning about the butterfly life cycle. Then you're going to put each stage inside. And for each stage, I want you to write one fun fact for each. So I want one fun fact for your eggs, one fun fact for the caterpillar, one fun fact for the chrysalis, and one fun fact for the adult butterfly. And once you have the fun facts on your paper, then you may draw a picture for each, okay? So that it will give you a visual representation for each. So our strategy for this lesson was our graphic organizer and talking slowly and using visuals. And this is over science for the butterfly life cycle. Our next one will be math. So in math today, students, we will be comparing numbers. Does anyone know what comparing numbers means? So comparing numbers is when we're going to see if the number is the same or how they're different, okay? So we're seeing what's the same and different between the two. So up here, we're going to be comparing by greater than or less than. And if you notice, on our first one, we have our number 12 and we have 5. And to represent our numbers, I used 1 rod, which is 10, and 2 units to make 12, okay? So 1 rod, 2 units to make our number 12, okay? And then we have our number 5, and I use 5 units to represent our number 5. And if you notice, for our number, the alligator is eating the bigger number. So the alligator always eats the bigger number, which is the greater number. And so for this case, our alligator is eating our 12 because 12 is bigger than 5. So we would say this as 12 is greater than 5 because 12 is bigger than 5 and our alligator always eats, yes, the bigger number. And then for our next picture, we have our number 4 and 14. And for 4, we have 4 units to represent our number 4. And then for our number 14, we have 1 rod and 4 units to represent 14. And if you notice in this situation too, still, the alligator is still eating the bigger number. But now our bigger number is on our right side and our smaller number is on our left. So to read this, we would say 4 is less than 14. And if you notice that the alligator, remember whenever I showed you left, the L makes left with your left hand, it's kind of the same thing. You can make an L with your left hand to make less than, okay? Now, remember the alligator just always eats the bigger number. Good job. So now that we have gone over that and we did our examples in our notebooks and watched a short clip over comparing numbers, now I want you to turn and talk with your neighbor and compare the number 16 and 9. Okay, so for this strategy in our math lesson, we used our visual representation with our blocks, an alligator, and talking slowly.